Hi, everyone. Hope that you are enjoying the end of the week into our Friday, and then, of course, not so far from now, the beginning of Shabbat, our 25 hours of reflecting and relaxation as we enter the Torah portion of Terumah. Truma is uh, the beginnings of the concept of a donation and giving. Actually, a truma in modern Hebrew is the word for giving a donation, and the idea of what that means for us. If you give of money or time or love or care or goods, that falls under this beautiful concept of truma. Truma also is the beginnings of the conception of the building of the tabernacle, and that giving had to do with what God speaks to Moses and to the Israelites to say, we're going to build the tabernacle, and in that building of the tabernacle, I want you, God says, to bring objects to build the tabernacle, but the specification from God is those objects can't just be the second-hand things. I feel like not everyone, but some, or not all the time, but sometimes when we give a donation of goods or clothes, it's the clothes that are old, that are worn. It's very rare, typically, that we go buy something brand new and then donate that. And so God is asking for new, beautiful goods that come from our heart, not just that are meh, not the second hand or third hand things. And so that's the beginnings of this beautiful portion. And then there's this very famous line in this week's Torah portion, Vasuli mikdash v'shachanti betocham, make me a tabernacle that I may dwell among you. It doesn't say dwell in it. It doesn't say dwell inside of this tabernacle that you're going to build for me, but that when you build it, they will come. It's the sort of that same concept. And what God is saying, that building this tabernacle, because when you build it, the community will come together. So the image behind me, as you can see, are people. The concept of community, what that might look like, and what might that look like is up to us. I feel like, what are we going to bring from ourselves that is ultimately going to be part of the building of the tabernacle, and then also truly, what is that going to look like? What is that giving going to look like? Because when you bring good things from your heart and soul, God is saying, then goodness will also be part of the tabernacle. And so I think that it's clearly an important concept for us. Also, the surrounding of family, the surrounding of community, the love and affection that we bring to one another can also strengthen the roots of community, obviously, and strengthen the roots of what this tabernacle is going to be. We, as a people, have had an extremely challenging. It's been challenging in general, but a particularly challenging couple of weeks with the details of hostage exchanges. Um, just yesterday, remains of four other Israelis was brought to Israel, and there's the talk of what the next step will look like. Possibly, more remains of Israelis might be brought to Israel tomorrow, and so I think that this is one of those key moments for all of us to see how we come together. I I actually don't think that we can get through these days of this challenging moments in Israel and in our world without being together. I think that if we do this individually, it's going to be 10 times more challenging. So I invite us on the Shabbat, as we bring of ourselves into this idea of truma, this idea of what we're going to bring to build this tabernacle, the thing that's going to actually house the Ten Commandments. That's where they're going to sit. What are we going to bring? How are we going to bring the comfort and the love to one another? on this Shabbat that is filled with so much challenge and so much heartbreak over the last week. Let's make sure that what we bring is special and important, filled with love and understanding and a sense of deep community, because that's what's going to strengthen all of us. Services are just around the corner at 6:30, like they always are. And then tomorrow morning is going to be our service and our Torah study. And as we always have been trying to do these months and months and months, let's put as much shalom as we can into our Shabbat. We'll see you soon.